What's up, guys? Tim Halstead here. So get this. I don't like doing this while I'm driving, but there's no cars on the road, and it's a side street. So look, there's Zeus back there. We're headed off to Old Dominion pickup station, I guess, or depot or whatever. And Mike Shreve sent that XC351 Cleveland furnace brazed block and Jack Roush heads and a bunch of other parts. So I can't wait to go see what we got. It's going to be an awesome little trip. Zeus is into it. Zeus, say hi. Say hi. All right, guys. So here we are. We're going to make this video, picking up the load. There it is, the mother load. Perfect.
All right, Bob.
Hey, I appreciate it. There's Zeus, the shop dog at DBG, taking a nap. He's tuckered out. All right, guys, we're back at DBG. Just got back from Old Dominion Freight Lines in Mansfield, Ohio. Actually, it's across from the Shawshank Redemption prison, so that's pretty cool. But big shout out to Mike Shreve. Appreciate you hooking me up with this little care package here. So let's cut it open and get it out of the bed of the truck and see what we got. I'll tell you, his son Ben really hooked us up, and I appreciate that help, Ben. He was able to get it on the pallet, use some special strapping type stuff, which is a really great set I'd like to get to strap motors down and blocks and heads if you ship stuff on a pallet. Oh, let's see what this says. It says 351 Cleveland gaskets. It's kind of a unique package. Very cool, Michael. Wow. Whoa. Now that's a nice package. Hopefully you can see me. The sun's not too bright. If not, you can hear my voice. So now this is something you don't see. A3 exhaust gaskets like this. They look like direct fit instead of using the ones, you know, that are more Yates style or something. You have to cut them to fit. Motorsport M9439A341. Wow. Again, you don't see these. These are A3 intake gaskets, perfectly fit. Most gaskets are way smaller. A Fel Pro that work on any of the, you know, aluminum motorsport heads, the Yates heads, more narrow port, and you have to cut them out to fit. That's unique. Thank you. And they're made out of that good gasket material too, that hard stuff. Probably don't even make it anymore. So Mike Shreve hooked me up with this. That's just some paper backing. This motor. Now, if you remember, I said it was the 1979 Schwister Ford USAC stock car. Now, according to Mike, the heads were on the car. I'll be more specific because I got an email from him, which I'm going to make with a kind of add in this video somehow, or a separate video. But the heads were on that car, and these were Jack Roush heads. That car was driven by Dick Trickle. Mike told me that, and also Dave McLean. And then I think Alan Kowicki also drove it because Mike said he was buddies with him. And that's how he got hooked up with this XE block, I think. And there's a guy that really hooked him up, and I got his name, and we'll talk about that. But the story is that the XE blocks, they only made, what, 250 of them, I think, on pillow block style. 82 it was or whatever. They sold them in the Ford Motorsport catalog. You know, I made a video on the XE block. I'll put a link up there to this. And then, but this one here is, I think, furnace brazed is what Mike said. He ended up blowing the motor in it. Rod went or something. I don't remember what he said. He'll chime in, or I'll read it in the letter. But then it was sent to a place in, I want to say Washington, some machine shop, and I'll put more details in it. And it had furnace brazed sleeves in it. Said that after they did that, they had to remachine everything. He ran it in his Mustang, which I think is a 70 Mustang. I have to look back because he sent me a lot of pics, and I'll put them in this video. It's pretty cool. He's got a lot of history with racing. Back in the day, the forum days when we had the 335 series forum with Todd Fuchs. I forgot who the other guy that used to run it. It's been so long. You can see his little logo. But he went by Broken Boss. So he was on the forums. You know, before we had the internet, we had, not the internet, but before we had Facebook and all these other social media things, we had forums, and there's still a few that are out there, fordfe.com. I like to look through there and see some of the stuff that people talk about. Schwister Ford ended up with 2 of these blocks, and I'll give you more details towards the end because I just want to kind of get this unloaded and look at it. But that's how it was. So Mike raced this in like SCCA type stuff in his Mustang, this block here. He said it was awesome. More A3 cylinder head gaskets, or excuse me, exhaust gaskets. These are intake gaskets. I think these are probably A3 maybe. Well, these are the 1229 stuff. These are the number that they use right now. 1241 SVO. It's cool. All in the original packages. So thanks, Mike. We'll get these to use in some builds. Set these over here. So this is the main caps for the XE block, if I'm not mistaken. So let's put that over. Let's put that over here. Because what he did send is a cylinder head, a Cleveland cylinder head, 4V head that has been sectioned, so you can see how the ports flow. That'll be pretty cool. And that goes to enclosed photos, article, and shirt transfer. We'll put that at the end of the video. Thanks, Mike. But Todd Fuchs hooked them up. Yeah, these straps are pretty strong. Check it out. They held this baby on there nice. Freaking great job, Ben, packing this, I'm telling you. I like the steel straps. You don't see the straps a lot when you get the heads. A lot of times you get the heads with the plates that don't have the steel straps with them sometimes. Now I got to pick up my daughters from the bus, and I got time, half hour. I should be able to get this unloaded. Kind of an aside. When I was going to pick this up, Jesus, Mary Joseph. That's got to be the damn cylinder head, man. But when I was going to pick this up en route, I was almost to the place. Here comes the fire department and EMS, sirens blazing, pull over. Of course, they're going up right where I'm going. Luckily, I got there right in time to get to the place, get loaded. However, when I was going back, they had the road closed. This building was burning up. And so I was like, wow. So then I had to try to find my way out of there. It was like a big maze. So I just ended up following my GPS, which was way out of the way, but we got back. And I'll tell you, Zeus was a great ride in the truck. I don't know how your dogs are, if you got dogs. I mean, he's pretty cool. He's kind of more skittish, just kind of sits back and relaxes, lays down, doesn't say much. Of course, I can't find that damn razor blade I was using. Oh yeah, really cool. So this thing's all sectioned up, man. I'm telling you. Amazing. Wow. There it is. You want to see what an intake port looks like on a Cleveland? Thank you, Mike Shreve. And Todd Fuchs, thanks for this, because you hooked him up with this, I don't know, way back in the day. Let's do this. I'll get a figure out place to put this. So, doing this deal with Mike, it was kind of interesting because we'd go back and forth, and he would do a FaceTime so he could show me the parts that he has, which was pretty cool. And seeing it live is a lot better than just a snapshot. But these also have the load bolts in the heads here. I can't really see it here, but it's definitely on this side. And that's where the bolt is drilled into the back of the combustion chamber. Under high cylinder pressures, it will deform a little bit and you can lose seal. So that's why they put them in, especially with the NASCAR stuff back in the day. That's where they really came from. You know, Roush, you know his deal. So yeah, let's get this thing picked up. Get it off here. So I got a lot going on. So I just talked to Mark Campbell, emailed him. We're gonna do a live chat this week coming up. He's the one that helped develop the Dominator, gave out the carb tips. He wants to talk about tuning. Now this guy, I'm telling you, it's crazy the stories that he has and what he can tell you about tuning a race car. I think it's something that's gonna be worthwhile. Now this has the lifter bores are bushed. That's pretty darn cool. I can already see some work that needs to be done. I hate that little area where the hole is in the front of the block. I like to grind that all nice and smooth. Mike ran this block without no issues for a long time, so that's all good. Now what are these heads? These are these are actually DOZ E6090A. These are Boss 302 heads that were made to fit on a Cleveland block, since Boss 302 has a water jacket. Springs on this one is all cool with the spring cups. All Allen head for the head bolts. So anyway, the Cougar's getting done now as we speak. The headers are being built. I got some cool pictures of the headers that he's making it. And that's JP at Custom Chassis and Header. So I can't wait to get that back. I got the David Cook carb that will open up. My daughters want to open up a bunch of boxes I've got that I haven't touched in weeks. And I'm making that video, a barn find I went and bought a lot of parts at. We'll talk about that. We'll get a good look at this block. I'll put it on a stand, we'll inspect it. I will have to say, Old Dominion was one of the greatest freight lines to deal with. Not that I've dealt with a lot, but what was cool about it is they made it a special designation or whatever they said. Everybody wanted $1,200 or so to get a pallet, this pallet from Missoula, Montana to Sandusky, Ohio. Now, what I did is I went with Old Dominion, and they went to their depot or whatever it is, terminal in Mansfield, which made a big difference. I go to pick it up. You'll see the video. I went there. They loaded it right up. It was awesome. So they gave me a special rate. It was only $694 to get it shipped. So, small price to pay for a piece of history like this. Wait till you see this thing. That's gonna be killer. All right, guys, I had to put this on at the end of the video because I was blown away. Mike Shreve sent me another box, and I don't know what it is, but we're gonna open it up. Here's his XC block that he sent that may be furnace brazed. We're gonna get a look at that. Wait till you see the cylinder heads and what he sent me. It's gonna be a great video. But he also sent me some cool pictures of his Mustang. You'll see that throughout the video, and I'll make another separate video of that and give some specs on that. So big thanks to Broken Boss Racing from DragBoss Garage. So we'll have to call this thing the Broken Boss build because we're gonna put it together, but let's check it out. Like I said before in the video, if you tuning in, I give a big shout out to his son, Ben, who went above and beyond with the packing of this motor on the pallet. As you saw in this video, it's pretty darn cool. I love getting packages. It's like Christmas. These old oil soaked things. What is this here? Wow. Looks like a brand new set of Ross racing pistons. Check it out. You can't beat that. So that's pretty cool, Mike. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know what to say other than we could probably build a motor, you know? What's this? This says 1.3, it's either 6.5 or I think it's 1.385 compression height, I bet. So we could put this together. Ooh. Stay tuned to DBG. You never know what we're gonna find or get in the mail. Appreciate it, guys. Stay tuned.